What's going on, you guys? Ryan from Logic's here, and a little bit a while ago we made a video about The Undertaker, talking about who he could or who he should potentially face at WrestleMania 33, and we did that because, well, we didn't know who Taker was facing. It was sort of a mystery. Now it's kind of clear. However, we sort of got the same situation here now with Finn Balor. As you guys know, Finn Balor is currently injured, but is scheduled to come back, and I believe they said mid to early March, so that obviously means he will be back before WrestleMania. And there isn't really a clear idea as to who he could face. I've seen a lot of names thrown around and whatnot, but in this video, I'm going to be talking about who I think he should face at WrestleMania 33. It is important to keep in mind that Finn is indeed owed his Universal Championship rematch, as he had to vacate it due to injury, so some of these scenarios will play that up. However, it's not necessarily guaranteed that he does get this rematch at WrestleMania, but let's go ahead and get into my first opponent. I'm not sure whether or not this is the most likely, because honestly, any of these could happen. However, the first match I'm going to pitch to you guys is The Undertaker versus Finn Balor, and of course you have the demonic Finn Balor, which sort of meshes well with who The Undertaker is and what he stands for, so a match between these two kind of makes sense. It's a dream match I think a lot of people want to see. You have a built-in story with both of these characters. You can also tie in the club here. You know, is there a chance if Finn goes up against The Undertaker that maybe the club, who of course is on Raw with Finn, helps Finn defeat Undertaker or attack Undertaker, something along those lines, maybe turning Balor? You never really know. This is a match I do want to see. However, I think a lot of you would want to see it, and I also think it'd be a very enjoyable match. Now, due to circumstances lately, this match might actually be more likely than the Undertaker match. We've got Samoa Joe here, who could be facing Finn Balor at WrestleMania. Now, this obviously has to do a lot with the fact that Rollins is injured, because maybe we see a Rollins Joe match. It's kind of a weird scenario because obviously the Rollins injury really just changed a lot about WrestleMania. However, there may be a chance that when Finn Balor does come around on Raw and maybe demand or ask for a Universal Championship match, maybe Samoa Joe says, you know, he doesn't deserve it for whatever reason, and you have obviously a major tie-in with NXT, and maybe that is a feud that can sort of rekindle for WrestleMania. I think, me personally, that their feud in NXT was great. Feuds nowadays in WWE seem to go on forever, but the reason why this feud that went on for a long time was different is because this one was actually thoroughly entertaining, in my opinion. I thought the NXT episodes that featured their rivalry were all very, very good. I think this is a match I would not mind seeing at all at WrestleMania. The question is, who do you have win, who do you have lose, which is kind of a tough situation because it is both of their first WrestleManias. However, maybe this is the most likely, not really sure. Now, this one also could change potentially in a week, because on Raw, the Raw coming up now, Rollins will be making an appearance to talk about his injury and whether or not he will be ready for WrestleMania. So obviously, if Rollins is ready for WrestleMania, this is not going to happen. But, you know, if Triple H does need an opponent, maybe Finn Balor is that guy. Finn Balor, similar to the Samoa Joe situation, could come in asking for a Universal title match, and Triple H can sort of question him. And you also, just like the Joe feud, have a tie with NXT, of course. Triple H is basically the father to NXT, and he can talk about Finn and Rollins. There's a lot that can go into this match. I think it would be very cool to see Finn and Triple H at Mania, but like I said, probably really unlikely. The final scenario I have here is actually the only one that involves the Universal Championship. So we'll go back a little bit here, or forward I should say. Let's just pretend it's Fastlane, and for whatever reason, Kevin Owens beats Goldberg, maybe with an interference from Brock Lesnar, which obviously means that heading into WrestleMania, Kevin Owens will be the Universal Champion. Obviously, Jericho is still trying to get revenge on Owens for attacking him at the Festival of Friendship, which was just unfortunate. And you have a Finn coming back asking for a Universal title match, so there could be a chance that Finn gets his Universal title match. Jericho earns a title shot somehow, maybe by pinning Owens on Raw or something like that. And of course, Owens will be defending that in a triple threat against Jericho and Finn at WrestleMania. And if you do this, you also can have Finn win back the championship without actually having to pin Kevin Owens, which might make him look a certain way. So you can have Finn pin Jericho on the grandest stage of them all, win back the Universal Championship, and that can lead to a feud between Finn Balor and Kevin Owens post-WrestleMania. So I want to know what you guys think down below. Let me know which scenario you'd like to see. Maybe there's an opponent I didn't name that you guys would want to see Finn Balor in a match with, but either way, leave a like if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you're not already, and as always, stay tuned. to the next one.